My name is Victor Esteban Vargas. I'm originally from Zacatecas, Mexico. So I was about 3 years old. I remember the moment I came over to Mexico, we were driven by other people that weren't, we didn't know. And they were considered what's called coyotes. And those are the people that get people from Mexico to the US illegally. You know, I remember crossing through the border and the people that were driving told me, hey, pretend you're asleep. So I just remember those words. Then I did what they told me to do. We were driven to Fort Worth, where my dad was at with his brother. We stayed in some very one-bedroom apartment till I was in 5th grade. An aunt and an uncle, they went to our home in Mexico. They picked up all our pictures, or the pictures that we had there. But these are from my own childhood, where I grew up, and reminds me where I come from. When I saw them, it just made me remember everything, how simple and what a humble place I came from. One of my uncles from Mexico, I didn't want to get my hair cut, and then I remember he giving me, he's like, I'll cut your hair and I'll give you this yo-yo. And this yo-yo had my favorite as a Dragon Ball Z. Obviously, I hated it, and a bunch of these pictures, I remember that I always have that experience of him taking me to the bathroom and him just cutting me bald. My father got diagnosed with sarcoma cancer. Yeah, so he got diagnosed, and chemotherapy bills and all that was piling up. And like I said, my dad was a provider of the home. He got diagnosed December 2015. And on February 3rd of 2016 is when he passed away, which was my last spring semester. But thankfully I did have DACA. If I was eligible to work. If it were easy to go back to Mexico and apply for citizenship, trust me, I'm pretty sure everyone would. But behind 800,000 students, DACA students just like me, they're so, they're very Americanized, and they're so stuck to this culture. And they know the immigration process, that there's no reason to go back to Mexico and try to figure that out. And even simple things. I remember when I didn't have DACA, I didn't have my license. I want to return some running shoes I bought because they were too big or too small. I forgot. I went up there. They're like, "Hey, can we see your license or state ID or something?" And I was just like, And I have this Mexico ID. They're like, we don't accept that. So it's just like simple things like that people don't know. Americans do just assume, well, you're a criminal because of this, because your parents brought you. And it's just like, one, it wasn't by choice, and two, just like any other parent, they want the best for their kids no matter what they have to do, even if it is, a criminal offense.